Being part of the B9 generation of the A4 lineup, the 2022 Audi A4 has been launched for a base selling price of $39,900. This car doesn't have a lot of changes from the older 2021 model. The only upgrade for this model year is the inclusion of the black optic package, which blacks out the exterior, giving the A4 a more sinister look. Without any further ado, let's take a look at 10 things you need to know before buying the 2022 Audi A4. The exterior design sees no changes from the 2021 model, and the Audi A4 doesn't particularly stand out from the more modern and futuristic all-new C-Class. The only saving grace of the plain Jane front-end design is the beautiful matrix LED headlights with LED DRLs, honeycomb grille and fog light vents, and the sporty bumper design. The sleek character lines, best in class width and length, and the 18-inch or 19 alloys on the highest 45 TFSI Prestige trim help to hide the blandness of the design. The rear end of the A4 looks more premium than many of the competitors with the sleek LED taillights, dual exhaust neatly incorporated to the lower bumper in black, and a small shark fin antenna. If you want people to turn heads, we would also recommend you to get the optional black optic package for an additional $1,200, as it complements the overall design with black elements. The 10.1-inch MMI touchscreen infotainment system comes as standard with all the trims and is the same that is offered with the higher trims of the Q3. The display quality is not going to disappoint anyone, and the touch sensitivity and viewing angles are superb. It also comes packed with all the bells and whistles like Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Sirius XM radio, Wi-Fi hotspot connectivity, voice recognition, Bluetooth, and navigation. The Audi Virtual Cockpit system is an optional extra. The audio experience provided by the optional Bang & Olufsen 19-speaker audio system punches harder than all the rivals as well. The Audi A4 has always had a sorted ride and handling balance, and thankfully, Audi hasn't messed with it in this 2022 model as well. The independent front and rear suspension are tuned well for providing great comfort without compromising too much on the driving dynamics, and that shows while you take the corners a bit too enthusiastically. The Quattro all-wheel drive drivetrain and the sorted suspension setup make sure that the understeer at the start of the corner is lower than the previous generation of the A4. The steering is well calibrated and very precise, and the direction changes are an easy affair. The car doesn't get unsettled at higher speeds, and the ride is pliant even when driving at slower speeds. Being constructed in the MLB Evo platform and coming with high-tensile steel and aluminum chassis and exterior panels, the overall exterior build quality of the 2022 Audi A4 feels very solid. The paint quality is top-notch, and the exterior panels do not have any uneven panel gaps. The interior quality also takes forward the ethos of this marque, and most of the cabin comes covered in premium leather, soft-touch plastics, aluminum accents, and fabric. There were no rattles or squeaks from anywhere, and the fit and finish see no compromises anywhere as well. The overall refinement offered by the 2022 Audi A4 was surprisingly better than the BMW 3 Series. The motor doesn't get very vocal as the revs climb, and even when close to the red line, the vibrations and harshness emitted by this inline-4 motor were significantly less than that of the 3 Series. Even the wind noise and road noise that intrudes into the cabin as the speeds rise aren't as bad as most of the rivals of the subcompact luxury sedan segment. All the exterior noises are filtered quite well in the A4, and that may be due to the acoustic windows and excellent sound deadening. The best-in-class length and wheelbase of the A4 do translate to superior space for both the front and rear row passengers. The leather-wrapped front seats are heated, ventilated, and powered, and offer more than adequate headroom and legroom. The wide armrest, multiple storage spaces, and ergonomic cabin design make it a comfortable cruiser. The rear seat is also very spacious, and fitting in 3 passengers is not going to be difficult. The only issue with the rear seat is the protruding transmission tunnel, which eats into the space of the middle seat passenger. When it comes to cargo space, 13 cubic feet offered by the A4 is better than the C-Class. There is 60/40 split rear seat capability, and the trunk is wide and reasonably deep. All the trims come with automated emergency braking, forward collision warning, lane departure warning, backup camera, and Audi Presense Basic. However, if you want the features like blind spot monitoring, lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control, you would need to opt for the Premium, Plus, and Prestige trims. The solid build quality also helps the car to get the overall crash safety rating of 5 stars in the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration crash test. Insurance Institute for Highway Safety also gave it a good rating for all the subsections of the crash test. The 40 TFSI trims could do 26 miles per gallon in the city and 34 miles per gallon on the highway, equating to combined gas mileage of 29 miles per gallon. With 15.3 gallons of fuel tank capacity, the A4 can manage 520 miles on the highway with a full tank of gas. If you get the more powerful 45 TFSI trim, which produces 261 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque, the A4 churned out a lower 24 miles per gallon in the city and 31 miles per gallon on the highway. As a result, the range was lower than the 40 TFSI trim. The 2022 A4 comes with 4-wheel disc brakes with 13.3-inch front rotors and 13 rear rotors. Even with a curb weight of 3,726 pounds, which is higher than all the segment rivals, the 70 to 0 miles per hour braking distance of 149 feet could even shame some of the low-slung sports coupes out there. The initial bite is precise, and a slight dab on the pedal is all that is required to reduce the velocity of the A4 with ease. The braking progression is up there with the BMW 3 Series as well. Under hard braking, the car doesn't feel twitchy, and the front-end dive is pretty low as well. If you are planning to get the 2022 Audi A4, we would highly recommend you to get the trims that come with the 45 TFSI tune. This 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 motor under the hood produces 261 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. The motor comes mated to a 7-speed direct-shift gearbox automatic transmission and quattro all-wheel drive drivetrain. 0 to 60 miles per hour takes just 4.8 seconds, and the car can achieve a top speed of 126 miles per hour. The excellent mid-range torque ensures that it can do the highway speed limit all day long, and the 7-speed automatic transmission has a very fast response. When in sport mode, the throttle response and gear shifts get even fiercer, making it a fun-to-drive sedan.